Let's unbox Peter Pan. Jumping right in here, we have our standard Funkoverse packaging. Pop Captain Hook out from the back. Look at him and his pencil thin mustache. Of course, in our Peter Pan set, we're going to have Peter Pan. This is the non-chase version. The chase version is flocked, which means I believe his hat and his shirt is fuzzy. So there they are. Pretty good looking pops. Put those guys off to the side here so they can watch the rest of the unboxing, of course. We have the sword we'll get to later. Let's get into the rest of the box here. We have some new rules with this set that we'll get into here at the end. And we have some new game maps. Excited about these new game maps. Really bright, vibrant colors here right off the bat, and this full-size map that comes with this set is the Jolly Roger. This is an asymmetrical map, which means that both sides are a little different. We have really detailed, good-looking character art here on the cooldown track. With kind of a green color, maybe a light green color. The hues of the green are slightly, I think, a little different than the Rick and Morty, and I can't remember what else has the green cooldown tracks, but always spending a lot of time on the artwork. Funko Games looks really good. We have flags. Flags is something that we see a lot of, and control as well. So these are, I would say, probably the game's core, two of the game's core scenarios that we have a lot of. Flipping the map over, we have Mermaid Lagoon, where we have leaders. And we have territory. And looks like we actually have the crocodile on this map, if you look close on the top right. Of course, we have Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell is another companion. She is distracting, is her trait. Rivals adjacent to Tinkerbell have 1 defense. She also has Pixie Dust. Assist Tinkerbell's paired character. If they are adjacent, put Tinkerbell on the 1 of your cooldown track, and she can also move. So another companion. And she's gonna be in here, so there she is. So this is the light side if you're playing on the light side. If you're playing on the dark side, this is the dark side. So we'll go ahead, she has 1 defense. So we'll go ahead and put her off to the side here with Peter Pan. And we have Captain Hook. He has Taste for Cold Steel. Challenge 4, move the target 1 square. He has Shorten the Fuse, move 1. Shift a token or status card on your cooldown track down 1. And he has Menacing Captain. An ally Hook can see does 2 basic actions, then Hook does a challenge 1 to that ally. He has this cannon token. This is something new. His trait, Man the Long Tom. At the beginning of the game, place the cannon token outside of the edge of the board and give Hook the fire status card. At the beginning of Hook's turn, the cannon may do a move 3 along the edge. So we'll put this with Hook for now, and I'll find a status card here in a moment. We have a new attachment, the sword. When this character challenges an adjacent rival, you may reroll 1 defense. So that's something a little different. It does not have to go on the cooldown track. Be interesting to see what we're able to come up with there. We'll go ahead and we'll give this to Captain Hook. Peter Pan has a swooping charge. Move 2, do a basic challenge. He has happy little thoughts. Place Peter on the one of your cooldown track or shift him off of your cooldown track. Peter can do this ability even while knocked out. And Codfish on a hook. Challenge 3, challenge 2, both targets must be standing. His trait is you can fly. When Peter shifts off your cooldown track, you may place him on a point marker or point marker setup square. You have these basic characters here, so if you don't have other Funkoverse sets, that's an option to use. We have the Captain Hook status card here, Fire. At any time during Hook's turn, you may do a challenge 2 to each rival in the cannon's row. If you win any of these challenges, put this on the 3 of your cooldown track. And those are those basic character tokens here, whether you're the dark side or the light side. Something you can play with if, maybe this is your first set. We have some sparkly green. We've got some glitter flakes and the point crystals for this set. Pretty neat looking. And we have this new rule book here. So, frequently asked questions on the back. Let's see if there's anything that kind of stands out here. Do walls stop Hook's cannon? No. Hook's cannon isn't a ranged attack and thus isn't concerned about little things like obstructions in sight. Nothing can stop it from challenging everything in its row. How do I place Hook's cannon token? Place Hook's cannon token anywhere outside the edge of the board during setup, so that's on page 4. Immediately after your characters are placed, but before any other players would place their characters, place the cannon token so that it points inward towards the board. The cannon token always takes up one space along the outside of the edge of the board and may not be rotated so that it takes up 2 spaces. How do tokens outside of the edge of the board work? Things that are outside of the edge of the board behave as though there's an extra row or squares surrounding the edge of the board for them to be in. Things on the board may not enter those squares or see those squares or anything on them. Things moving on these rows may move around the corners of the map, and the corners are always considered unobstructed. Getting into the glossary here, we have a row that's been added. A row is a straight line that is not diagonal, that goes between 2 squares on opposite edges of the board. And a straight line is some abilities will have you do something in a straight line. To check if a square is in a straight line, draw a line between it and the starting square. If the line passes through the midpoint of every square it enters, it is a straight line. Straight lines can be in any direction, including diagonal. So we got some new rules, new glossary terms here with this set. It'll be exciting to see how these characters and this new companion and this new item, how they stack up in the greater Funkoverse, and who's going to be the best on these new maps.